Hello everyone, welcome back to the Linux for Cybersecurity series. And today, in part 10, the final part, we are going to cover the topic Capstone Lab. So, we are going to defend and investigate a Linux system. So you have made it. So we have covered Linux command, users, networking, bash scripting, logs, tools, and security. Now it's time to put it all together in a real world scenario. And today you will investigate a suspicious Linux system, detect possible intrusion, and secure it. So what we will cover in this video, we are going to check user and logins, investigate running process, scan the system with nmap, capture network traffic, check for weak password, secure the system, and document finding. So let's get started. Imagine you are a junior cybersecurity analyst. Your Linux server has been acting strangely. High CPU uses, suspicious logins, and possible network scans. Your job: investigate and secure the system. So, what are the lab requirements? So, the lab requirement, you need a Linux box, and then you need some tools like nmap, tcpdump, ufw, grep, awk, john the reaper, hydra, and tshark. So let's jump on the demo commands. All right, so step number one, check users and login. So the first command I'm going to run is who. So this is going to identify who is logged in. So currently you can see the username is user logged in on the machine, and this is the timestamp. And next command is last. So last is going to provide you the login history. So you can see who are all the last user logged in on the machine. So you can see the user is still logged in, reboot logged in, and this is my users which I use to log in on the machine. So there is no suspicious user logged in, but if you see a suspicious user, go and kill it. All right, so next command we are going to run sudo grep failed password, the directory path var slash log and auth.log. So auth.log is a log file which will give you the failed login attempts or suspicious user. So this command is going to detect all the suspicious user, and then also I'm going to provide a filter. So tail 10. So this is going to capture the last logins. So you can see I have a user, the sudo user who has failed on 11th of September. So this is how we can capture all the failed users, failed login from the users. So this is a good command to spot failed login attempt or suspicious user activities. All right, so the next step, we are going to run some command to investigate process. So we are going to use psaux, then we are going to sort, and then the CPU percentage, CPU, and the head command. So this is going to provide the top CPU process. So you can see these are the top CPU process which are running on my machine. So you can see the user is consuming 100% CPU and root is consuming 3% CPU, and there are some other users which are consuming CPUs, and also the memory and some other details. You can see when it is started and time and what command consuming the CPU. So you can see this is the command which consuming 100% CPU. So this is how we can maintain our systems. So if you see any suspicious user or command running 100% CPU, you can go and kill it. The next command we have netstat and tell mp. So this is going to provide all active network connections on the machine. So you can see I have mostly the loopback IPs which are running on my machine, and also the port numbers and the foreign address. So I do not have any external address, the foreign address, and the state, whether it is listening or uh, inactive, so that we can identify using this. Then step number 3, scan the system with nmap. So I'm going to run the nmap on the machine. So nmap sb 190.127.0.0.1. I'm going to run my loopback IP because my network is slow. So you can see the nmap started and the scan is completed. So you can see which ports are open, state, service, version. So port number 22 TCP open on my machine, and the service running behind 22 is SSH, and the version is protocol 2 dot o, and there are some other ports are open 9040 9045. So TCP wrapped and tor sock is running on my machine. So this is how we can scan any host and identify the open ports. So this is how the attackers see the exposed service, and defender also see the service, and they can harden the system by taking some security measures. Let's capture some traffic. So sudo tcpdump I. So let's run the tcpdump command, and you can see the live capturing started on my machine. You can see the protocol detail, host detail, and the packet capturing detail here. So this is how we can capture the packet. So I'm killing it. So you can see the 50 packet captured. Sudo tcp hyphen I, then the network adapter, and C50 and capture dot. So you can see the TCP is listening on my network adapter, and it is going to capture 50 traffic and going to save the packets in the capture.pcap file. All right, so you can see the 50 packet captured here, and let's see whether it is saved in the file or not. So Yes, it is saved. You can see the capture.pcap. All right, so let's open the capture.pcap file in tshark. So tshark, then read switch and capture capture.pcap. So here we go. You can see tshark is able to read the captured packet. So look for the suspicious activities, look for the SSH attempt, repeated failure attempts, password failures, suspicious outbound traffic. So this is what we can do with the captured traffic. So currently it is my system, so I do not have any suspicious activity. So I am moving on the next part. So the next one is, let's check the weak password. So we can run sudo unsado, then etc pass w, then etc slash shadow hashes.txt. So there is a directory created root.john, and then let's run the john word list equal to user share word list rocku.txt hashes.txt. All right, so looks like I do not have the hashes.txt inputs because I haven't saved anything here. But this is how you can identify the weak password. So weak passwords are the easy entry. So this is how you can identify the weak password on your machine. So detect weak password or cracked password using this command. All right, so in the next segment, we are going to secure our system. So the demo command we are running is sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. So this is going to patch your system, going to check all the patches arrived and the latest version. So you can see uh, my system got upgraded. Then next command you have sudo ufw enable. So this is going to activate your firewall on the machine. So you can see the firewall is active and enabled on the system startup. So this is going to enable the firewall, and you know the firewall save us from the malicious traffic. Then sudo ufw allow ssh. So I'm going to allow the ssh service on my machine. So you can see the skipping adding existing rule, because this rule is already exist. Ssh is enable on my machine, so it is not going to re-enable it. So this is how you can enable the services on your machine. Then sudo ufw deny 23. So this is unused port on my machine, and you can see I'm denying this port number 23 connection on my machine. So you can see the rule is added, and this port number 23 denied. So port number 23 belongs to telnet, and telnet is blocked on my machine. So it was running, so that's why we have blocked it. Then the next command is sudo pass wd pan l So you can see if any account is compromised or any password change on the machine, so you can easily identify here. So password changed for the user. So these are the command which we can run to harden the server or your Linux box against the future attacks. So we have already checked the user and login, investigate running process, scan the system with nmap, capture network traffic, check for weak password, and also the harden system or secure the system. And the last one we have is document findings. So how you can document the finding? So document everything you found: suspicious logins, running services, weak password, then recommend fixes like enforcing key-based SSH authentication, patching software, and monitoring log regularly. So how you can going to document the findings? You can create a template or you can create a file where you can write the command and then the findings. So this is how you can start the documenting findings. So congratulations, you have just completed a mini Linux cybersecurity investigation. You identified suspicious login, analyzed traffic, cracked weak password, and secured the system. So this is what real world cybersecurity looks like. So combining commands, tool, and critical thinking, we can harden the cybersecurity. All right, so if you enjoyed this series, keep practicing with your own Linux lab, explore advanced tools like Snort, Suricata, or ELK, and continue your journey toward becoming a cybersecurity professional. If you like the entire series, please hit like and subscribe. Also, if you have any doubt, feel free to ask in the comment box.